Hi, I'm Josh DeBonis. I'm a game designer and I'm the founder and director of Sortasoft, an indie game studio here in Brooklyn. We're making a game called Meriwether, about the epic journey of the Lewis and Clark expedition. A few years ago, my wife Amanda and I spent 3 weeks camping along the Lewis and Clark Trail. Because of that incredible experience, I knew that the Lewis and Clark expedition would make for a great game, and that a game could tell the story in a whole new way.
So Thomas Jefferson tells you, hey, cross North America for me. Come back and do it all by river.
It's like a 19th century version of the road trip.
It sounds like a huge burden, but Lewis wanted to do this his whole life.
You play as Meriwether Lewis, a hunter and soldier, a naturalist, and the expedition's medic. But most importantly, you're the leader of the Corps of Discovery, the colorful cast of characters that you've assembled along with your co-captain, William Clark.
Congress had commissioned Clark as a lieutenant, but Lewis and Clark both agree that they'll tell the men that he's actually a co-captain of the expedition. That means that the Lewis and Clark expedition begins with an audacious lie.
York served as Clark's personal slave since they were boys. His story is one of increasing freedom as they journey into uncharted territory.
And then the dread of losing that freedom once they get back to the United States and things return to normal.
Junior was definitely the best hunter, tracker, and woodsman of the whole Corps. He was often the first to interact with American Indians because he was so skilled at sign language and interpreting.
Sacagawea is young and strong and has an independent personality.
She was fearless, indomitable, resourceful, and even cheerful in the face of hardship. So she represents everything that's good about the Corps of Discovery. Our whole job is to make sure we create the gameplay that supports these characters so that you fall in love with them as much as we have.
In Lewis mode, you get to explore handcrafted levels that focus on storytelling.
You'll have to alternately diffuse tensions with the Teton Sioux, or portage the Great Falls of Missouri, or decide where to hunker down for the winter. There's not a lot of room for error. The Corps will live and die based on how well you accomplish these missions.
While in travel mode, you control the entire Corps and explore procedurally generated levels while managing the resources and men of the expedition.
Travel mode gives you the big picture. How much food do we have? How's the morale of the men? Do we have enough time to finish this leg of the journey today?
How much whiskey do we have?
Do we stop here to make repairs, or do we press on?
What hooks you in travel mode is the discovery. Because it's procedurally generated, even we can't predict what you're going to encounter.
One challenge with designing an historical game is allowing the player choice while telling a story that's already been written. A way we've addressed this is through what we call the facet system. We've identified 5 facets of Lewis's personality: soldier, leader, diplomat, scientist, and melancholy, and we've associated each critical choice in the game with one of these facets.
At every moment he has to make a decision about what kind of person he's going to be. But at the same time, he's hampered by his innate melancholy. It's those human exchanges that makes the whole expedition so compelling.
When you use a facet, its level increases, allowing you to shape Lewis into the type of character that you want to play, while still respecting the history. We've put together an outstanding development team of game designers, programmers, and artists. We've also embedded an acclaimed Lewis and Clark historian to ensure that we're being as authentic as possible every step of the way.
It's not just a story about 33 people who crossed the continent on an adventure of exploration. It's also about all of the people they met and worked with, counseled with, became friends with.
To design the characters, I have to work very closely with the historian to make it things super accurate.
So that's our vision for Meriwether, a role-playing game with an innovative conversation system, an exciting and well-researched story and characters, and fun game mechanics to keep you on the edge of your seat as you and the Corps of Discovery cross North America twice. The reason we're able to make an ambitious game like Meriwether for this amount is that we've already put in countless hours of development time and been awarded grants from Humanities Montana, Humanities Iowa, and the ESA Foundation. Now this is where you come in. We need your help to push us to the end. So take a look at the rewards and figure out which one is right for you. Thanks for your support.